Well, welcome back to Rustic Acres. BigPoppaC here. Hope you're doing good out there. We're picking up where we left off on our last broadcast, our last stream. We're back on. Hopefully we'll do a little bit better this time around than we did the last time around. We're up here cultivating for a contract. We got a worker down there playing on 31 for us so we can re-sow it. You may notice the JCB has less hours on it than it should have, and I'll tell you about that here in a little while. We got just a little over 700,000 liters of chaff off that field 31 that we did in our last stream. It's blanketed, compacted, ready, and it's busy fermenting on us. It's been a heck of a week so far, already. Okay, we'll probably set a worker off down here on this, let him keep going. Hey, bud, Mr. Benstead, what's going on? Well, like I was saying, hope you're doing good. The JCB has less hours on it than it should have because we had a little incident of packing our silage, and I'll tell you about it here in just a second. I'm going to tab over to the Massey Ferguson. Well, let's tab over to the truck instead. How's that sound? We'll run over here to our bunker silo, and we will explain the problem. Like I said, we got a little over 700,000 liters of chaff off that cornfield, field 31, in our bunker silo. And I decided to try out a new leveling mod that came out about a couple weeks ago, maybe. And this baby, you can take it all the way up to 4.5 tons with or without water. Let's see, that's the wrong thing. And man, when I first saw it, that'd be great. So we leased this, didn't buy it. No, I take it back. We did buy this. We bought this. I used the old JCB to compact the silo, and got a little frame rate dropping a little bit while I was doing this off camera, and I thought, okay, it's got to be a mod clash. Plus, I was also using the Stara Absoluta thing, and it kind of figured with one of these mods was conflicting. Got in here, started packing, and I was probably 3/4 of the way done, and I came across this way, straight across like this. And I started backing up the apparatus, clipped this wall right about here. The JCB Stage 2 and that leveler up there into the outer rim. Don't know what happened to this. We just launched, and I looked down one time and I could see the entire map from 30,000 feet up. Then the screen went black, and then the odometer just started zipping. And it went where you normally have the little zero right there. That sucker, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, and I'm like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? So I jumped out. I tabbed over to the New Holland, and there I was in the New Holland. I started looking to see if I could find my machinery that I had launched in orbit. And I could not find it anywhere in my inventory. I did not want to step out of the game and step back in because I lose all that progress as far as the silage packet went. So I hit save, came back, thought that they might be back on the map. They weren't. So up there with the satellites orbiting our planet right now is a yellow number 2 JCB stage 2, the same exact one I've got over up there cultivating. And it's gone. I mean, it's up there. They never came back. So I had to go to the bank because we were down to where we are right here, and I had to borrow money, and I had to buy replace this JCB. Thank God we had the insurance on it. You really? Yeah, no kidding. Oh, Lord. Well, needless to say, I'm down here farming on Rustic Acres, or Rustic Acres. I call it Rustic Acres because that's the name of my farm, Rustic Acres Dairy. But needless to say, we're on the Rustic Acres map, and up there in the stratosphere is the JCB and the leveler. So maybe it'll land on the moon. I don't know. It may be stuck in orbit. Who knows? But hope it doesn't crash into these satellites or the space station. That's all we need is a horrendous collision. I got a big feeling I'm gonna be getting a call from the government. They're gonna be saying, "Hey, you owe us for a space station," which I don't really want to. You know what I'm saying? So I think it had to do with that, both those mods together. They're both modded. They're both modded mods. This one's real good. I haven't had any problems out of it. Haven't had any frame rate drops with it. I've turned my resolution down. Yeah, I was heartbroken at first. I was like, oh man, I don't want to lose that tractor. We just bought that tractor with selling off grains and stuff from harvest, and I'm like, man, now I'm gonna have to put in an insurance claim, get the money from the bank, a little extra money from the bank, probably have to pay them back, all that fun stuff. But yeah, that's the only thing I could do. I had two choices. I could laugh or I could cry. I'm gonna tab over to the new home. What's he doing? Okay. I was going to plant this, but I forgot I needed to plow it. I've already got a fertilized state on it, one at least. And I bought the, let me see. Bought the old Great Plains YP seeder. I like that star, but it's slow. Gosh, it needs to be cranked up about 2 more miles an hour. And I just to me it's y'all may have not had a problem out there with it. I get frame rate drops with it and everything else. Some mods will do that, especially if you have other modded equipment on the map. I don't have the Alpine DLC turned on. I haven't really used that thing since it came out. I don't have anything else on there. No precision, no nothing. I do have Anderson, and I do have the what's that? Let me think the name of it here. What's it called? Let me go here. Yeah, this right here. The Borgo, that's about the only thing I got on here. Anderson than that, as far as DLC goes, and the old John Deere cotton stuff, but that's about it. I tell you, it's me, like I said, laugh or cry. Frustrated, yeah, I was frustrated, and Big Mama A heard me. Oh God, no! Oh Lord! Yeah, and she's like, "What's wrong? I lost my tractor." Up there somewhere, probably next to the, probably up there in the direction of the sun. It sits, but I mean, it blew me back this way towards the water. That's how. That's the direction I went, but I went straight up after that. Because when I looked down, I saw the entire map, even the river. It looked like a postage stamp. I guess I could have wrote it out. I mean, I did that once on mapping 17. I was trying to think of the name of the map I did it on. I was cutting down some of those trees in the yard to make some room for some stuff. It wasn't this type of tree. You know what I'm talking about. You see them on Oxford and David maps. You see them on Lancey Boys maps. There's these little scrubby, the ones that can turn into big, gigantic, I guess, oaks, big brown oaks or whatever. Well, I was doing those in the yard and with a with that BioBelts mulcher attached to a Lieber wheel loader, and it launched me the same way. Of course, it launched me. It went haywire just like this time around, but instead of losing the equipment, I crashed back down to earth. Yeah, he probably. Yeah, he's got my nice tractor now. That's for sure. I always considered him my farm hand, but I guess I'm his farm hand. And it's like, hey, you got a new tractor. We need it up here. Plowing with the heavenly host. Oh Lord. You got me tickled now. So yeah, we're just continue on right now. We're doing this contract right here on this field. This is field not 7. No, what is it? I can't get closer. It's field 17. We've been doing nothing but contracts. Try to get the money back up. We did, that big major potato sowing. We did. I think it was I sold some barley over here earlier with the Absolutely. I'm wanting to try out that Russell Mash mower. And this bad boy. I want to try it out, but I'm waiting for my grass to grow. I need to take a look at my fields and see if anything needs plowing or fertilizing. 2 needs it be. I haven't sown 2, have I? No, it's still blank. Okay. Whoa! Really? That's ready to go? Yeah, it is. Well, I guess we can do that. Let's jump over to the harvester. Let those workers carry on and finish their job out. Need to get the sowing over there on it. 31. Put corn in there again for pigs this time around. I thought we'd probably get 500, a little over 500. We got 700,000 liters. I could not believe that off that field. I guess it's ready. I didn't think it was. Take a look at my other fields. Where they're at. That one's ready too. 40's ready. That one's going to probably be another day or so because that's coffee. Alrighty. Get down the end of this road, we'll swing back around on the other side of the field, turn him opposite. I'll go down here and get the Massey and get the trailer. Yeah, when I was doing that packing, I thought about filming that just for fun, because CLP did the review on it, and I wanted to show them how fast it did 700,000 liters. And now I regret that I didn't film that, because we could have watched me being launched into the ether. When I got up there, the first thing that went through my mind was, not long after that, was the song Major Tom by David Bowie. Oh, Lord. Let's go out here and get the Massey. We'll get the trailer. That's coming up pretty good. Put that fertilizer up. I gotta get that out of the way before I run into it. I'll forget it's sitting there, and I'll guarantee I'll plow it with the truck or plow it with another tractor. Yeah, I did. I was thinking about using it, but I don't know if I want to use it on this. I'm thinking about using it on Missy B's map. What was that, Riverside or whatever it's called? That's going to be my new recorded Let's Play pretty soon. And the only tractor I'm starting out with is the JCB. Everything else is going to be small, cheaper equipment. It's going to be basically a one tractor farm for the time being when I do start it. I'm trying to think about how to go back to Bucks County, seeing that I haven't been there, in over 2 months. I should have went back to doing it, but I just got to where I was down my back and down in my health, and I just could never get back there. It's like Valley, I could never finish it off. I hate leaving things hanging in the air, but that's, when your lower spine's killing you and your kidneys are killing you, it's kind of, don't want to do nothing but sit around and moan. Let me get me a drink of water here if y'all don't mind. If you hear me gulping, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, good old H2O. Just love the peace and quiet. Well, that's cool, man. That's cool. didn't know. That teach me. I wasn't even paying attention. I was wondering why he wasn't moving. I must have got the. That's what that notification was before I popped into the other two tractors. And yes, I don't have destruction on. I play with destruction on when I do a Let's Play, but this streaming, I'm just pretending that their crops are indestructible. There's a carton harvest I saw earlier. I'm thinking about doing it, but I don't know. I really don't know. It was on here the last time I was on here, but it may not be now. It may be gone. No, there it is. I'd like to do it, but I don't know. It seems so drawn out. No, man, I haven't. I need to. I got a lot of catching up to do. I haven't watched the Daggerman in over a month. I caught up with Jim Bob Plays Games doing Subnautica 2. I'm behind on George Saunders. I'm one behind as far as the big shed build on Tom Pemberton Farm Life. I watched the one the other day when they went him and the Ginge went after looking at bulls, and they found one that's related to Neptune. Man, I hated they put that bull down. They had to put that bull down. For a Black Angus bull, that bull had the right temperament. It was like a puppy dog. I bet it will. Now, auctioning, man, that fella can do some amazing things. I'm hoping when 22 comes out, our slot thing changes where we're not burning all the slot count with all the little the decorative stuff. I mean, if Jim can do it, Missy B can do it, and some other mod, I think all these other modders ought to be able to do the same thing. I don't need the lawn details as far as like the clothesline or stuff like that showing up, or old rubbish on the farm. I know there's farms out there that have old tires and old broken down pieces of equipment and old plows, and if you could put it on the map and it not take up slot space, I know you're gonna tell me get a PC. I won't have that problem. Yeah, the game plan is one day PC, office, all the fun gear to stream with, that sort of thing. One day. Alright. Let's see. Just go down the list. Yeah, I know they're going to be a thing. I just hoping they're not, I'm hoping this is not going to be as bad as it is. Like some of these maps, you get on these maps and it's like 600 slots, 700 slots already blown. Like that, what was the map I saw Silly P doing yesterday? I was catching up on him on some of these new-ish maps. And I'm like, come on, really? I mean, I can work with 600. That's no big deal. I can keep it down. That's what I did on Bucks County. It was in the 600s, and I think I'm sitting at 800, and I got pretty much the equipment I need. Well, not all the equipment I need, but I got most of it. And anything else I can just lease and return, for that matter. Okay, am I lost? No, that's my field, isn't it? No. That's next to the beach, yeah. Yeah, here's on cars. I'm trying to make sure I'm going the right way. Been playing on this map for over a month, and I still get lost. Okay, maybe tomorrow afternoon, maybe go through the night. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah, when I first started playing Farming Simulstor, I was on Xbox One, and I never really knew what slot count. When starting out, I didn't know what slot count was until CDP mentioned it and what it was and how it worked and everything. And then I realized, well, that's one of the reasons why I'm running out. I can't. I'd go and buy some equipment and stuff like that, and keep on going, add this stuff and everything else. Next thing I know, I go to buy something. I think it was on Goldcrest Valley, and it's like, you no longer have room to buy anything because I was out of slots. I just parked that where I parked the tipper trailer. Where'd it go? One day, my friend, when the money is, the real money is up, when I can do it, I'm going to. I may just change formats and genres altogether. Although I do want to give PlayStation 5 a whirl first. If it means I have to put up the old slot counts and all that stuff, and megabyte downloads and everything else. Let's see, I know he was finished. Let's park. Go back down here and park this up. Yeah, I know it. Right now, Big Mama A is working on siding for the house because we still haven't got that issue resolved yet. We got the guy to do it. We got the quote. We just got to, get the money up. Then we also got to get the materials. And and since that hailstorm, for some reason, going to a lumber yard like Lowe's or someplace like that, man, it's just like, good luck trying to find siding. And if you do find it, it's on back order. Now the old Great Plains is a direct drill. That's one of the reasons why I'm not cultivating again. I cultivated already once, and I forgot about I needed to plow it. We will come back and fertilize it later on this evening. And I'm needing to get a new set of glasses pretty soon. I'm hoping I can get those before too long, because I've been wearing the same prescription since 2012, I think. 2013 maybe? No, 2012. 2011. Between 2011 and 2012. And they're bifocals, and they're about shot. I mean, lenses are scratched, and even though I can keep them clean, it's like still like looking through a foggy window. And up close, the bifocals don't work anymore. I can tell my eyesight's changed. Yeah, it's the same thing here. Well, two before it cost you last year, it cost about 3 times to 4 times that amount. And good luck if they've got any in stock. It's the same way with the vinyl siding for some reason. Let's see, what field is that? I can barely read that. Hang on, boys and girls. I got to get the far lenses so I can see what that field says. I cannot see it from here. This is where I wish you could zoom in. Field 33. Okay. Field 33 it is. Yeah, a lot of our neighbors hired contractors to get their stuff done, and I know for about this past month, at least 3 or 4 of these houses have been sitting under tarp and tent because they're let me find 33, 38, 37, 36, right here next to the farm. Okay. Yeah, their stuff is on back order. They've been waiting. I think they're just now finally getting started up. Some of these houses are just now getting started up. And I intend to change over siding. I'm not going with the siding they put on this house. I'm going to go with a insulated siding, which I don't understand why the builder who built this house did that. I guess he was trying to save a few pennies. Had I known he was trying to save a few pennies, I'd have called him on it. I had this idea when this house was being built that I should stay down here in a caravan and watch the house being built and be on these builders every day, making sure things were getting done the proper way, and I should have. Yeah, no kidding. Well, this latest stuff going on with us and with with the who that's in the news. I saw that coming back when George W. sent the troops. I'm like, are you crazy? It's, I know one day there was going to be a pullout, but they should have done it a little bit better. They shouldn't have just wham bam pulled out. They should have went through the logistics of it, but Ding Dong didn't want to go through the logistics of it. Now, granted, most of what they left behind, i.e. guns, I'm pretty sure they destroyed the firing pins and the working mechanisms on the inside of them. But for them to get Humvees and other stuff, that kind of disappoints me. And then this party passing the buck like it's Trump's fault. Trump wasn't in office when y'all decided to yank those boys out. Pass the buck and play the blame game, and I'm like, no, nobody will. Think about it. The Russians went in there, and in the beginning, those guys were throwing rocks at those tanks. Rocks. Fighting them with old bolt action rifles. And it's like, really? take that on for later. Those people have been fighting each other and other nations around them for over 1,000 years. And you give me a nation of people that stand up in front of a tank with softball and baseball sized rocks. That's a person you want to be kind of concerned about. My thing is, we shouldn't have went over there in the first place. We should have let them sort it out. And that's the problem with this government, and I'll say it, and I'll probably get crucified and have the NSA and CIA on my butt sitting down outside my front door watching me. We are not the world's policemen. I'm sorry. We need to quit putting our finger in other people's pies, seeing how they taste and how they feel. That's the way I put it. You know, we have no right to police other people. If they have a conflict, let them sort it out on their own. Let me tab over to the... Is it done? We need, as a country, to pull into ourselves. I've got a term we used to call it when I played Age of Empires on PC. You could flat out rush your opponent with an all-out blitzkrieg, like a blitzkrieg type of attack, or you could wall up and turtle. We need to wall up and turtle. That's what we need to do. We need to get our butts back on track. This nation does, and everything. It needs to. Take care of itself for a change, and it's kind of hard to do when you got the powers that be. They're Nimrods. They haven't done a thing for this country. I mean, his track record says it all. 40 some odd years in Congress, never accomplished a thing. Here he is, destroying from within. Well, I'm hoping the people that I've heard from some of his party, and there's some of his party that are disappointed in him too. I think he's a fool, and they want him at that. I don't think he's going to get a number 2 term. So let's put it that way. My feeling is leave the Democrats to get your state what your state needs, and put the Republican Party in charge. Somebody who has wartime mentality and is not afraid to do, go after somebody if we have to. That's if we have to. I got to get off the political stump, huh? Well, this administration is going about it wrong. We have to look at our infrastructure. We need to, we got a lot of roads and bridges and stuff out here that need to be done. We need to bring business back up, technological wise. We need educators. We need nurses and doctors. We don't need any more lawyers or corporate bigwigs. We need the people that count, farmers, We need people the next generation to come in behind the farmers we have now and be able to keep the soil fertile and keep it going and keep the trees blooming and blossoming and the bees alive and keep the food growing and everything else. We need to shut down the border. You want to be here? Fine, dandy. Do it the right way. And not sit here and give a bunch of people that are here illegally the benefits that our veterans and our homeless and our poor aren't getting. and quit trying to force some, this vaccination agenda on other people. Give them the choice, and if they want to do it, fine. If they don't want to do it, fine. Leave it be. Especially with something that was, hasn't really been proven. And right there, with what's been going on here the last couple of weeks, with all these variant brouhaha going on and everything else. Well, if you've had the vaccination, you can still get it. Well, what was the point of taking it then if you took it? Well, it does lower the duration. Whoopie-doo. That's what a flu shot does with the flu. But another thing is, they're out there crying wolf about this too. It's like, yeah, some people are going to die again, and some people are, and I hate it. But you got to think, a lot of these people have underlying health conditions. Me, case in point. High blood pressure, overweight, obese, sleep apnea, lung issues from breathing gas fumes and diesel fumes for almost 20 years. Pesticides, Roundup, weed killers, without the proper breathing equipment. Life doesn't get any better than getting smacked in the face with a bunch of Roundup spray when you're trying to do a weeded fence line for somebody and the wind's blowing. I don't know how much of that stuff I swallowed over a 10-year period. It's probably what gave me the liver cancer when I got diagnosed with it. I'll go back to this tractor. I'm going to get that plow. I don't want to bring anybody down. This is supposed to be, I don't want to bring anybody down. I'm sorry. I'll be melancholy and morose. No more politics. I promise. Oh, yeah. We're kind of in a sorry state. I'm hoping we can get it, we can get out of it. I hope we can get rid of him. Maybe not just him, but them. Get people in there going to do the job right, and maybe reverse the damage that he's done. It's going to take a while, but. Whoa! I knew it. I was traveling too close to that. Teach me to watch what I'm doing. Say one more thing and I'm going to shut up. Trying to force a people or a nation of people to do something against their will is idiotic and stupid. And I feel awful sorry for the person that comes to my front door and tries to tell me what to do and what not to do and give me an ultimatum. They better be right with God, give their soul to Jesus, and have their life insurance paid up. That's all. That's all I gotta say. Have that life insurance policy paid up and get right with God, because y'all don't know what you're gonna be biting into come my way. I may be fat and crippled up and old. But I can still hurt somebody. That's not a threat. That's a promise. I'm not going to give in to socialism and socialistic doctrine. It ain't going to happen. Not with me. Leave me be for the next 25 to 30 years if I'm so blessed to live that long. And then after that, I'll be gone. I won't have to care about it no more. he should be about none. Close to. One more pass. Let's jump in here where we can. But I'm 55 soon, my friend, and I'm on the other side of the roller coaster going down on the downside slope in the loop-de-loops. Got no time for melodrama. Right now, what's going on is melodrama. I get on Facebook to say hi, laugh at some posts, but all the other stuff I've been seeing here lately, especially about this current thing, it's like, come on, really? We're all going to harp about that? What's the point of getting grousy about it? Can't do nothing about it. We're not in charge. Yeah, it irks me, but that's about as far as it goes. The only thing I can sit here and do is shake my fist at the heavens, which doesn't get me nothing except more high blood pressure and my heart pounding. And I'm not stroking out for that. If I'm going to stroke out for something, I'm going to stroke out for something good. Like an ice cream sundae. Or all expenses paid tour of Europe. Alright, there's that field done. Let's fold this bad boy. Watch this tractor creep. I love this. Let's push it forward. Oh. Well, let's take this back to the house and park it up. I'm going to finish some of these contracts off camera. I think I'm going to call the stream. We got one in without any YouTube hiccups. Thank you, Lord. Got to get my harvester back in the barn. No, I don't. I got a harvesting contract. I hope y'all out there enjoy it. Mr. Benstead, I'm glad you came and chatted with me today. Appreciate it, my friend. Let's see, where can we go? Park old Sally here. No, really. Oh, that's funny. I love it. Park that right there. Drop her off. Let's put the old new Holland here in the shade of the silo. You do not want to get into a hot cab on a hot seat. All right, friends and neighbors. Appreciate you coming along. Appreciate you enjoying, and hope you enjoyed it. If you have, hit that old like button for me. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd appreciate it. Stay safe and stay healthy. If you want to share this with your friends, go right ahead. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to. Mr. Ben said, thank you, sir. We have another viewer. Thank you for showing up, staying with me. Sorry we got into politics and I started thumping and stomping on the old soapbox, but next time it'll be a little bit more lighter. We want to say aloha and farewell to the JCB Stage 2 and the leveler. I'll probably see you sometime tonight in the heavens going across the sky. Stay safe out there. Stay healthy. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Be happy. Hug a loved one. And as always, friends and neighbors, happy farming. We'll see you another day.